So, glory, being the first. Okay, and you said you were the first to do something. Can you give me an example of when you were the first to do something? Let's say about in your family. What are some of the things you've done first before anybody else? Okay, that's a lot of glory. You get your homework done first. Very good. You get your homework done first. What can you do? You can play, right? Yeah, you can have fun. The glory, it's all about being the glory. Sometimes that's more important than wealth. Because some people, they want the fame, right? People that go to Hollywood, what do they want? They want the fame. Because they know the money's going to come with the fame, right? If you're famous, the money's going to come. So what did they want? What did the Europeans want? They wanted to be the first. They wanted to be the first to say, look, nobody else did this but us. Nobody else did this. You think that's important to them? You think that's important to them? I think that's very important to them. Not only did they have the money, but they wanted to make more money by saying, we're the first. They were the first to find the spice. Where do you think they're going to find the spices? They're going to find them in Europe? No, they have to go to other places. If you're the first one to go to India and find cinnamon or clove or any other spice, can you make a lot more money on it? You can sell it for a lot more. Why? Because you're the only one that has it. You think if you are the only one that have it, you can make a lot of money because you can charge whatever you want, right? That's very important. The first to find an area. You think it's important when you know how to get somewhere and nobody else does? Yeah. You can corner the market. That's what they call that. They cornered the market to make a lot more money. Control the country. Now, if you were the ruler of a country, do you think you have a lot of power? A lot of power? You could do a lot, right? You think they wanted to control those countries? I believe they did want to control those countries. So it was all about God, wealth, and glory. God, wealth, and glory. What helps? Technology. Technology advances in the times. The introduction of the caravel made travel easier. You know what a caravel is? What is it? Is it this boat? That's a caravel. The caravel was 65 feet long. More space for food and people. Up to this point, the boats were so small and so tiny that the farthest you could go is across the river. Those boats, you think they could go a lot further in those boats? Absolutely. You could explore close to the shore. Therefore, you could go inland as much as you wanted to. Larger ships and larger sails for easier movement and power. That's a big piece of technology, right? You think you could go further with that? I think you could too. All right. Let's look at some of the new technologies. I don't expect you to remember the names of these, but I want to give you some good examples. Okay, the Hartmann astrolabe. Basically, it's a compass. And what does a compass help you do? Find your way. It helps you find your way. Very good. Okay. Better maps. What are maps good for? Finding where you need to go. If you have better maps, you think you can get to more places? Do we have a lot of maps these days? We do. What do our maps get turned into? Have you ever seen a GPS before? Yeah. A GPS is a map on a computer, right? Yeah. These people didn't have GPSs, but they had better maps to help them get wherever they wanted to go. A sextant, basically, is a telescope. You remember your story about Galileo and reading this week? And when we talked about telescopes, they could do what with telescopes? See what? See a lot more things.
Pardon me, teachers, if you don't have